Welcome everybody. I am Bee from Thermomix and my kitchen is open to you today, and I will be sharing some lovely tips for you when you go traveling with your Thermomix. So there are a couple of things to bear in mind when you are traveling with your machine, and don't be afraid, I will give you the information when you are traveling overseas, or if you happen to pack your machine inside your vehicle and you need to go to a family member to go and cook something really special for them. I have heard of a number of customers taking the machine to their family members' homes. Obviously they have a machine as well with a couple of friends, and they cook up a storm, and I love that concept. So when I thought of today's session, I thought it would be important to share some essentials with you so that you can understand what to do with your machine to keep it safe. So what I will do is explain the first portion of the setup for you. So what you need to do is have your machine on, and you will notice there are 3 horizontal lines at the top left corner. If you touch on that, your mini menu will pop up and give you a couple of options. So what you need to look for is your settings button, and you're going to touch on this. By the way, this is referencing a TM6. You will be able to do the same thing with your TM5 as well, and this does not apply for TM31. So this is the reason I'm specifying these little hints and tips, is it will actually save your scales. When you deactivate, or I should say activate, the transportation mode, that will help with looking after your scales, and you won't need to have a service to recalibrate your scales again. Obviously, if you do this often and you travel with your machine often, I would strongly suggest that you take note of this little tip. So if you tap on your settings, you will notice, scroll further down and look for your transportation mode. Now, it does have a blurb there. It basically just tells you what will happen when you activate this. So I'm going to touch that button. What happens is the arms close over, and you're going to click on this. It says here, press your selector to shut down your Thermomix. If you do this by mistake and you don't want to use this, just click your deactivate. So I'm going to push this in, and then I'm going to show you. It will then, when you've pushed it in for a couple of seconds, a little note will come up that says your Thermomix is shutting down. So that means that your scales are protected 100% and you are able to travel with your machine. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can do this. Just going to turn this to the side, and I'm going to just pull out the cord from the wall, and I'm going to show you this because I know some customers have not seen this before. So I'm going to show you at the back of your machine. You will notice there is your cord. Something I do always explain for my customers is that the little red tape indicates that it's been pulled out fully, and that's important, so that you need to have that when you have your machine on your kitchen counter. So when you are going to travel, you want to make sure that you're going to put this back into your machine, and you slowly push that into the unit. So what that means then is you don't have a long cord that's hanging around the machine, and it will travel much better like that. All right, so I'll just show you. That is what it will look like. Your plug will just be left out, and you can then carry your machine wherever you need to. Bear in mind, put your hand on the bottom portion and then the top silver handle, or otherwise you can put your hands on both sides of the machine and lift like that. So that is a great little tip for you. I also want to explain a couple of other things to you. So while the machine is on, I'm going to explain 2 things. So if you're going to travel overseas, I would suggest that you get yourself a carry bag. So at the moment, as of this recording, it is available on the Mix shop for $120 Australian dollars. And if you are going to be purchasing one, I'd love for you to add me as your consultant, as I will receive a small little bonus for that. No extras to you, just how Thermomix do their business. So this would definitely, so not this version has wheels and is not available to the public. This is my consultant bag, but you will see the equivalent for a customer that is a carry bag, and great for you to be using if you're going overseas. Now, the other thing that I did want to explain to you about going overseas is you definitely can have your unit in your hand luggage. So what you need to do is make sure that you remove your blade, and this will be the portion that will actually be wrapped up and put in your luggage that will go into the belly of the plane. The reason you cannot obviously travel with this is because it's sharp and can be used to harm people inside. So just a little heads up, some of my other customers have said this has happened, and they've obviously had to put the blades inside their suitcase. So that's one great little tip. The other final tip to let you know, if you do not have a travel bag and you still want to take your machine to your family's home or your friends for a cook-up, please, there is another option. If you want to travel with it safely, always think of it like having a little baby in the car. You can pull over your seat belt and have it go through the handle like that and clip it in, so that obviously when there's movement in the car, it will stay put. So I hope today's comments and little tips for you have been helpful. If you have any other suggestions about traveling with your Thermomix, please send them in the comment section below, or if you have any other queries, I'm more than happy to help you. And if you don't have a Thermomix in your life, please drop me a line and I'll be happy to help you. Have a fantastic day, everybody. I am Bea from Thermi Tucker. Hope you keep well till I see you again. Take care.